Hi guys, it's been a while since you've seen my face, but here again. So I couldn't sit by and not take a crack at Professor David Stotlar, who is from the University of Northern Colorado. This week we've had classes in brand management, personal branding, and athlete branding and all. And I just wanted to ask him a few questions. Welcome once again, Professor Stotlar.
Oh, thank you very much, Solani. It's good to be here.
All right. Um, Could you tell us about what it means for athletes to be a brand and to be to hold their brands very close to their heart and project their brands as much as possible?
Well, I think for athletes and for really any professional, it's important to see yourself as a brand because your career is going to be based on the work that you do and how others perceive you. And sometimes we're a little casual about how we behave and the things that we say. And so I think if we, as a professional, once we become an adult, we think before we speak and we think before we act about how our actions will reflect on us and how other people will comment about us. I remember somebody once said about President Reagan in the United States that he'd never said a bad thing about anybody. I thought, oh, not so good because sometimes I say bad things about people. So I've tried to be better and maybe less critical of other people. But that's why I think it's important that uh, who you are, what your core values are reflected in your brand.
Many athletes now we've got super athletes at the moment: LeBron James, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi. They have several followers on social media. They've got, you know, tremendous following across the world of sport. There was a time when, present Manchester United coach Jose Mourinho said that sport is when he saw the adulation, given to these players. He said that that the work of footballers and sports people is not like the work of doctors. That doctors should be better praised than footballers or basketballers. W- You've worked in sport all your life. How do you see, you know, the adulation that goes into, for footballers, for basketball stars, for NFL stars? Is it is it something that you would say is proper, or we as humans look at them, we praise them too much?
Well, it's really not for me to say. I've been around famous people, and my strategy has always been to just treat them like a normal person. Because I think part of the problem of being famous is everywhere you go, people start treating you special. And the best athletes kind of let that go away. Some athletes always want to be treated special, and then our athlete careers are very short. Maybe 5, maybe 10 years, and then you become a normal person again. And some athletes don't adjust to that very well. So I think if athletes can stay grounded about, look, I'm very lucky, I'm very fortunate, I will enjoy my fans and my life, but understand that I'm just a regular person that has been put in a special place. As far as the salaries for athletes, do I think athletes are overpaid? Well, yeah, I think athletes are overpaid, but I think if you ask any person if they're overpaid, they're going to say no. Because, if somebody wants to pay you more money to do the job, you're not going to say, oh, that's too much. So athletes are probably overpaid, but they're overpaid because somebody's willing to pay them that kind of a salary. Same thing with movie stars. But at some point, it's finished, and nobody's willing to pay you for anything. So, anyway.
Let's talk about young graduates leaving the MSA program, looking to work in the industry. What qualities should we be taken in out there and be expecting to show out to potential employers for future work?
Well, I mentioned things in class about that I think were important. About first of all, always doing your best. When you're given a task, when you have an opportunity, always do your best because you won't have a chance to do it over again if you don't do your best. And that builds your brand. If somebody says, well, what do you know about Lulani? Well, I know he always does his best. He always keeps his promise. If he promised that he's going to do something for me, he always keeps his promise. He does his best, and he does it by the deadline that he promised me. So I think that's very important for people. Also, I think it's important, the degree and the preparation you get is important. But most employers are looking for a skill set. What skills have you developed in your life, in your academic programs, that can help the organization be successful? That's who they want to hire. They don't want to hire who somebody says, oh, I have my MSA, from Russian International Olympic University, so I deserve a job. Well, you only deserve a job if you have a skill set that's going to help the employer run a better organization, have a better team, make more money, do what it is that they're trying to do. So in marketing yourself to the field, it's about your skill set. What skills do you have that are going to help people?
My final question will be about the Olympic Games. There's the bid for 2024 between Paris and Los Angeles. There's talk that the games could be, the two ceremonies could be awarded at the same time in September. Do you see this as a proper thing? Also, if you were to vote, which city would you be voting for? I know you're from the US, but would LA take your vote or Paris? But do you think it's proper to give both at the same time?
I don't think it's proper to give both at the same time because they've changed the rules on bidding after people started to bid. So if people are bidding for 2024, now they're going to award 2028. There may be some cities who were planning on bidding for 2028. Now they say, oh, we're going to award them both at the same time. Well, I don't think that's fair. You don't change the rules in the middle of the game. Not up to me. It's up to the IOC. But so that's why I think it's not fair. I think you should award and then open it up. And if you want to say we're going to open it up for the next 2 Olympiads, then fine. But at least people have an advance notice. I personally think Los Angeles is a better choice than Paris. And mostly from a financial standpoint, because I think Los Angeles has more and better sports facilities than Paris has. Paris has some great stadiums, but the Los Angeles, because of the universities they have there, so I think it could be a more economical games to run. I also think the American people are very hospitable, but the French people are very hospitable as well. So. But I'd like to see it in Los Angeles so I could maybe either work at the games or go watch the events.
Thank you very much, Professor Stotlar. Thank you guys for joining us. It's been a great session, learning at the feet of these really important professors in the faculty at the Russian International Olympic University. Thank you for staying with us through it all. It started as a little experiment, and we've come how many editions now, several interviews after. Thank you very much for being a part of the RIOU Talk project. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.